Hi everyone and welcome. Today we have reviewed this 21 band Zhongshan model T-6621 radio receiver and MP3 player, bought from AliExpress, and at the time recording costs around about £13.50 UK or around about $16 US, and that does include tax and shipping. And talking of shipping, this was sent simply bubble wrap, there being no box as such, but what they did include with it was this mini USB lead used for recharging the internal battery, and also a further static copy of the instruction leaflet. But nevertheless, let's see what we've actually got for our money. Now this is aimed very much at the budget end of the market, but actually looks and feels quite robust. It's actually got a little bit of quality to it. Now size wise, it's a very compact radio. It measures 120 wide, 70 high by around about 30mm deep. And we'll just get the old mugshot test there just for a better size comparison. There we go. It covers 3 main bands. It covers FM from 70 up to 108 megahertz, and the lower part of that frequency is for covering the China campus radio. AM is 522 to 1620 kilohertz, and then finally we've got shortwave coming between 2.3 all the way up to 21.95 megahertz. Going through the various controls, we've got a nice LCD display. Below that we've got 10 push buttons, and these are used for recording either stored radio stations or your favourite MP3 tracks. Below that we've got 4 push buttons, and that's previous or reverse, next or forward, pause and loop. The last two there being utilised on the MP3 player. We've got 4 vertical push buttons for selecting either MP3, FM, AM and shortwave, and then we've got the volume up and down buttons. Now interestingly, I was trying to find a way as how to scan and store the various radio stations, and this has actually got quite a nice little feature. So for example, if you wanted to scan for FM stations, all you do is simply just press and hold that button for around about a second, and it goes into scan mode, finds all those stations and then pops them into memory. So that's a really nice little neat feature. Turning to the right hand side, we've got our tuning thumb wheel there for when you manually tune for those stations. We've got a 3.5mm headphone socket, and I have checked this out, it is a stereo output. And then we've got our mini USB connection there for when you want to recharge the internal battery. Moving to the top, we've got an on-off switch, and then we've got our standard USB slot there, and then our TF slot there for our micro SD card for when you want to do your MP3 tracks. Interestingly, the actual aerial itself is only 300mm long, so it'll be interesting to see how that radio performs. Turning to the rear, we've got our battery compartment. Taking this out, they do include an 18650 battery of around 1800 mAh. That's a decent sized battery there. Also, it's also got a provision for putting 3 AA batteries instead. So again, this gives you an alternative. And interestingly, a nice little neat feature. One of the springs that holds those AA batteries in is also utilised just to help locate that 18650 battery. That's just a nice little neat touch. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test this on AM first, then I'm going to test it on FM. See if she performs as an MP3 player, and then finally take it through the shortwave station. So let's take it from there. Okay, so I'm going to try it on the AM or medium wave band first of all. What I've done, just to save a little bit of time, I've already scanned for the various stations and popped them into memory. So I'm going to switch it on and select AM and see what we've got.
Ball in the net, but after a very long and a very tight decision as well. I'm just
That's not too bad. Obviously it just depends where you are in the world as to what you pick up. Now I've done exactly the same with the FM stations. What I did find when scanning for them is sometimes you can pick up the same station 2 or 3 times. In other words, to pick up the main frequency plus the fringe parts on either side of that main frequency. Now I'm not sure if you can delete these. I've tried looking in the instructions, there's nothing there. So if anybody knows how to do this, then please let me know in the comments section below. So I'm going to pop up that little aerial. I'm going to switch it on. I'm going to select FM, see what we've got.
And save with us today. Ident 5 and above with a weekend immediate.
Whether it's to do with money, savings, mishold
Well, I'm so excited now because
So we've got 2 stations there, exactly the same on slightly different frequencies.
नौजवान प्रभजोत सिंह मुल्तानी
the local library
I wanted a setting that was...
Board with us on BBC Radio WM this afternoon. Wolves nil Chelsea.
Up to and binge watch a series.
Shortlist UK, specialise in confidential, no-win, no...
That's picked up quite a few. That sound is actually quite nice and bright. I'm a bit surprised at that. I didn't think it would be quite that good. So what I'm going to do now is try it in MP3 mode. So after trying it out in MP3 mode, what I'm going to do is put a little TFT card in, and these things always fling out on me. So let's just try that. There we go. It should auto detect it, so I'm just going to pop it on. Just mute that for a second. What you can do, utilising this right button here, you can either just loop that one track once, or you can loop all the tracks all together. Just a nice little feature. Okay, I'm going to try it now with the USB stick. Okay, should auto detect it. I'm not sure how that comes out on the video, but that sound is remarkably bright. I didn't think we were going to get an awful lot out of that speaker, but I am pleasantly surprised. So what I'm going to now is try it out in shortwave mode. So let's look at shortwave performance now. And what I've done the usual trick of reducing the lighting down just to one incandescent bulb. That helps to reduce the interference caused by LED lighting. Hopefully you should still be able to see things fairly clearly. Now what you pick up, of course, depends upon where you are in the world, who's transmitting, and even whether it's night time. Now I'm located in the middle of the UK and it's just getting dusk, so I'm asking quite a lot of this little radio to pick up signals on just 300mm of aerial, but nevertheless we'll give it a go. As before, what I've done, I've actually already pre-scanned in the frequencies that I've found. It's locked into memory, so I'm going to pop it back on now and let's have a look and see what we've found. Just put it on. Let's select shortwave.
L'amitié entre le pays du
So we've got...
et le monde francophone a évolué durant ces 6 dernières décennies.
Quel est le nom de cette série d'émissions?
În general proveniți din Republica Moldova, dar nu numai, și care transmit foarte bine aceste informații. Știm, de exemplu, că vorbeam de Franța.
En 2005, sur le label SM Entertainment, montra sur scène.
That's not too bad, to be honest. If you are struggling with signals, don't forget you can always just clip a short length of wire to that aerial to increase the signal strength. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to pop the lighting back on and we can take it from there. So the lights are back up now. Hopefully things are a little bit clearer for you. So there you go. It's the T-6621 21 band radio and MP3 player. And in my opinion, it's a good, well-built compact receiver that's nice to handle and to use. Do I think it's worth the money? I do, but I also think it's got some serious competition, and there's two radios I suggest you take a look at. First of all, we have this. This is the L258. It's virtually the same price. If you're interested, pop across my channel. I've done a review on this. And as always, the benchmark in this budget area receivers is this. This is the Reticus V115. Just costs just a few more dollars, but has so many features and is such a good little performer. So hopefully you found this useful. If you did, then please give me that thumbs up. That helps others to find this video. As always, I appreciate you watching and I'll catch up with you soon.